Welcome back.
Welcome.
As the group
So-
stands on top of the lonely, rainy hilltop, debating their course of direction, tensions risen, we return.
Well, where do we wish to go? He looks to Tor.
Somewhere out of the rain.
Agreed.
I don't want to get the map out
Can't
while
see
it's
me.
raining. I guess we do actually need a different map. Are we gonna acorn back?
Here is the map. We're using Angelo as the party tracker.
See something. No, I don't have anything that could help the rain.
I have shape water, but that's gonna help for like 2 seconds. Can we see the forest from here?
No.
Well, we
Sure,
know
we
which
know where-
direction the forest is, yes.
Yes. You do, Tor.
I do know. You're right. I have keen mind.
We should go that way. Point.
Gonna be, of course, this way. All right. Marching
Yay.
orders, discussions.
Just a quick clarification. Who has the acorn of teleportation? I think you do, Tor.
I don't think
I
I
think
do.
I might actually have it.
Oh, okay. 'Cause I know he gave it to one of us.
Sure enough, acorn.
There you go.
So acorn back. Kapachu.
Well, we have to make it to the trees.
Well then, let's do that.
We are. That's why we're trying to determine March.
All right. So in the rain, you guys march down off of the gustly hilltop, heading in towards the east, in the direction of the Neverwinter Woods.
Correct.
Go ahead and roll. Whoever's going to be leading the party here, roll a survival check.
I will unfortunately lead since I'm the one who knows direction. Apparently.
I can assist because
If you would like to
Map.
assist, that'd be fine. Somebody else can assist. The map.
assist.
Okay, 14.
14? Okay.
Mhm.
In
We're
this
not trying to
case
get to a
here,
specific spot.
you're
we're
not
just
trying to get to a
the
specific
woods.
spot. Yep, you just know the direction with your keen sense accordingly. You know, the woods is east. So you guys travel about another 5 miles east at this point. Trying to figure out our timing here.
Really
think we
close
were
tonight by the time we get
mid
there.
afternoon at the
Mhm.
Barrow. So heading back to the woods. By the time you hit the outskirts of it, what was the? Let me check here real quick. Yep. Pin it. Did I pin it? Yeah, here we go. Just rechecking my notes. So if you don't go fast or slow, I assume you guys are probably just doing a normal pace.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so probably about, we'll say 2 hours. So it'll be later in the afternoon. We'll say probably around 5 at this point. As you reach the outskirts of the wood.
Sorry. Tythevin has the acorn.
Gonna bonk the acorn into a tree.
All right.
Whee!
All right, so we are, if you're gonna, of course, that's gonna take you back to Thunder Tree. So let me get the map
Yep.
back.
Into the magical woods.
Throw the acorn at the tree. The tree twists and gnarls and opens up another portal here.
Nice. That was a really fitting
Dope.
spell.
Yeah, that was actually kind of dope.
And you see a entrance leading into a dark tunnel. I assume that you all take that leads you back to Thunder Tree as you arrive on the other end. And bloop, 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 bloop. Kratos' home's in front.
Shall we knock?
Walk over to the door. I'm gonna knock.
You go ahead and you knock.
Yep.
Door opens. Where's my door? Oh, it was on the last thing. It's not on this one. Oh well. Door opens and Radoth is there. A little surprised to see you guys. He kind of nods. Well, hey, man. Didn't think you guys
Hi.
would be back so soon. Sounded like you had kind of a
I've been
far
past
way.
him.
And okay, where's the rest of your party?
On our way. Good evening. I just
Kind of nods. It's like, okay. You all look kind of grumpy.
it's been a long day, I suppose. Is Pyth,
Kind
Angelo,
of
and
steps out
Tavis?
the door and he kind of looks around. The rain's starting to pick up again. He sees kind of everyone trailing in from the trees, from the bushes off to the side. Hello, everybody.
Angela just kind of nods and walks in.
Goes ahead and kind of takes a brief look around to the left and the right, and then comes inside and closes the door behind him.
Don't
I
like
really
that.
aggressive door sound.
Not a
Is
door
that a
sound.
Even worse.
Not a
Is
door
that
sound as he
purposeful?
closes that.
Is that purposeful?
Mm.
What do you mean?
Mhm.
It's either it was a slip up
Roll-
or that was
Roll
actually.
perception.
I was gonna ask how close was that, so can I also perception?
Go ahead.
I don't think I can give you advantage on perception, can I? I mean, when it's like hearing things.
I got a 17.
I got a natural one, so I'm dumb.
It sounded distant from, but very echoey, as it kind of reverberated down through the pathways and the trees. Quickly, kind of diminished as he closed the door, though. And there's kind of this brief moment of gust, kind of everyone's cloaks kind of billowed more specifically than Tor's. Tor's is always constantly billowing at this point.
Yes.
Freedos kind of looks around and kind of shrugs, squints his eyes a little bit left and right. So what happened to you guys? Did you end up doing what you set out to do?
We decided to take some more time to think it over.
Kind of nods. Well, so I don't, not sure kind of, what your other business is, but I guess if you're still looking for that last component, you still need the dragon blood, right?
Yeah.
He kind of looks behind him towards the north, past the door, as he kind of knows what's out there, and he kind of turns back to the group. Well, I know where to find one. But I'm pretty sure
I'm
without
sure
that,
this-
I'm not going to have the ability to kind of combat the poison. For the most part, if I mix in all the current stuff that we have, it's
You're
probably
aware.
going to kill you. Or it might clear up your skin.
That could help me.
It may not work, it may kill you totally, but you're all welcome to stay here as long as you like. I don't really use this place much other than just for supplies.
Oh, we very much appreciate that. We just needed to think it over and get out of the rain.
Alrighty. He kind of hobbles over past you guys, and he goes over to his little counter. Picks up a couple of bottles of some undescribed liquids and starts pouring them into another container. Lifts it up, kind of shakes it a little bit, smells it, kind of shrugs, guzzles it down, licks his lips. Yeah. He sets it down, grabs a couple more components off of his shelves, and pours it into the vial again. continues kind of doing that for a few moments. At this point, not really paying attention to the rest of the group.
Roll
Oh,
out my
sorry. My
bedroll
bad.
in the corner and just lie down and like face the wall.
All right.
Then I suppose you could check on your family. Unless you would prefer privacy, of course.
We'd have to go back to like the other house to do that, and she's not going alone. So
Oh, that's right. Yeah, never mind. I thought it was. Never mind. I'm stupid. It's been a couple weeks. Let's see.
Angela's gonna be setting up like a place like up here again, like last time.
Okay. Everyone starts heading to their respective corners.
Probably be in front of the door again.
what time is it about now?
It's only about late in the afternoon, around like 5.
Yeah.
You know, quarter
We're all
after
like,
5.
forget this. It sucks. We're going to bed.
It's a little bit darker outside than normal because, like I said, of the because of the weather, but it's still bright enough. I mean, it's dim lighted around the area, so it's not night. The sun's still out, just covered behind gloom.
If you would excuse me, I'd like to take a walk. I like the rain. I won't go far. I'll be right outside. Mai just kind of steps around Tavith, kind of opens the door and goes outside. Just kind of walking around. I won't move the token everywhere, but walking around.
I hope you get attacked by one of those stick people.
Don't fall into a hole.
You watch out for
Uh,
it.
I will do my best, although it will probably happen, if I'm being honest. There is some roleplay stuff I want to do, but if somebody wants to else talk, I can
Go
I
ahead.
think the rest of us are just sitting here, so
Cool. Mahi goes out there, and as he's walking, he's just kind of thinking and about the conversation he just had and things that happened in the past. You up there, Ardenton? Wanna come down and let me talk through another vision or something? That'd be nice. Just kind of listens.
Here's the nature at this point. Brain picks up a little bit.
Helm. Haven't spoken in a while. I once was your paladin, sorts. I would like to be again if you'd have me. I realize my vengeance just comes out of anger. And I want it to mean something. I want it to be to protect. I want to avenge those who can't avenge themselves. And I don't want to dabble in the dark. That was just my own fear. If you'll have me. Kind of looks up, closes his eyes, and just feels the rain. And sits out there for a while longer, just enjoying nature. That's it. He'll come back in eventually.
I would like to go sit next to Tor.
You do so.
It doesn't move away.
That's a good start.
Just still faces the wall, but she doesn't actively move away.
That would kind of suck. You said, you found out you lost your mother. That was meant to be a question, but I'm bad at talking.
Yeah.
Pyth kind of like fidgets with her belts and ropes and stuff. I am not great at talking. I'm sure you discovered that when we lost Archer. I'm not much one for comfort. Were you two... You had a complicated relationship, didn't you? Hello?
Sorry, am I not talking loud enough to be picked up by my...
No, not...
No, yeah,
I
we did not
turned-
hear anything.
I'm sorry. I turned my mic sensitivity like way down because I fiddle with my dice a lot, and people kept complaining about dice sounds.
So it was just dead silence on our end.
Sorry, I'm mumbling.
Silent. Her mic couldn't hear.
I was like,
Her mic
not this
rolled
again.
a crit 1.
Let's try this again. She was a terrible mother.
I imagine it still hurts to lose her. If you're speaking
thing-
again, okay.
No, there's a pause. Last thing I remember her saying to me before I left was a disappointment.
Well, your mother is an idiot.
Was. I think part of me always wanted to prove her wrong, I guess.
It hurts not to get closure.
Found her in the catacombs.
You found her.
They found
Hmm.
almost ironic. Told me not to hang out down there when I was a kid. I loved it down there. It's funny.
Do you have any idea what she was doing down there?
No, I don't.
Hmm.
Wasn't like her to do anything that could possibly look. Always so concerned.
Are you, that... I would ask if you're alright, but that seems like a stupid question. So, a better question, I suppose, would be... Is there anything I can do to help?
No. Just tired. Been a long couple weeks. Think I'm just gonna get some sleep.
Suppose I shouldn't keep you up then. But, before I leave you to it, I want you to know that when I was poisoned after we left the temple, there was a part of me that wanted to give up then and there. It seemed like I had been fighting for a long time and fighting so hard, and that in the end it would all amount to nothing. But, seeing the effort that you and the others put in trying to find a solution for me, when everything else seemed like it had been lost, you all gave me a reason to keep fighting. And I haven't lost that. What happened last night was me fearing that I had, not me giving up on you or anyone else. I don't want to leave you, Tor. I don't want to die. I have wanted to die in the past, but I don't want to die now. You are worth a lot to me. Like I said, there are things worse than death. But I suppose the things that make life worth living, despite that, I see those things in you. So yeah. Have a good, evening. Rest well. And I'm gonna get up and move somewhere else.
Yeah, I'll be right back. My nose is running like crazy.
Feel that.
God, what a loser.
In game or
Freaking allergies. Freaking allergies.
There's a reason my mic has been muted, and I have a tissue box right
Same-
next to me.
Literally the same reason that Angelos has been muted for so long, probably.
I feel your pain, brother.
It's like survive COVID, instantly get taken out by pollen.
Guys, I was not prepared for all of these emotions.
There are a lot.
Mhm.
are we waiting on Angela?
I suppose.
Okay. I don't know if I should
Enough.
continue.
I don't know if anybody else is
Yeah.
gonna.
I'm afraid to do
Anything.
anything. I don't know if he's gonna do something or not, so I don't want to barge in right in the middle of him doing something.
Kicks open the door.
Yeah, it's obvious.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the heck? Why am I so
Oh,
jumpy?
no,
Ivan, you notice kind of to the side of you as you kind of leave and walk away from Tor. One of the eagles, you don't think it's the same one per se, but one of them just happened to just go ahead and perch right on the windowsill by the south wall here.
So like right next to Tor.
Yeah, exactly right. As you kind of walked away,
So
it just perched, and you kind of watch as Radolf he kind of turns from his table and kind of walks over to it. Hey, buddy.
Radoth, are you able to speak with animals?
He kind of walks over to it, and you see that the eagle kind of takes to him, and he's got something in his pocket. He pulls out, looks like some breadcrumbs, and he hands it over. Eagle starts pecking at his hand. He's like, "Yeah, sure. When they're willing to talk, sometimes, they don't really just want to say anything at all. Just like some people."
Could you ask him a question for me?
Sure. Yes. Do you know him?
I am familiar with him.
What do you want me to ask him?
Could you ask why he and the other birds have been following me?
God, it's pretty suspicious, man, but I'll go ahead and ask him. So, he kind of, as he kind of finishes feeding the bird, and the bird kind of looks at him, and then looks back at you, and looks back at Radolf, and Radolf kind of takes his two fingers and points at his eyes, and kind of motions, does some what appears to be some kind of a sign language to the bird, and he kind of flaps his arms around a little bit, and then you kind of hear him put his hands covering and mimicking over his mouth, and he kind of squeaks and sounds very similar to an eagle call. He does that a couple times. Eagle kind of cocks his head and then looks over at you, and it squeaks back to him. And they kind of do this for just a couple of minutes. He kind of nods, goes, "I hear you, man. Oh, yeah. This lady over here. Kind of squeaks back at him. Oh, okay, man. Sure, I'll tell her. They said that they've been kind of watching you lately ever since you kind of left the Thunder Shrine.
Did they say why?
Well, hold on, let me ask him again. Well, he said, you're kind of being commanded to.
By who? Pytha's standing there like, I've had a lot of weird things happen to me in the past couple of weeks, but this is up there.
It kind of, at this point, it kind of flaps its wings a little bit and kind of ruffles its feathers, and then kind of settles back down. Said someone's pretty important is kind of wanting to kind of check in on you, is what he said. He's not really disclosing who. They said it's kind of, they just have a sense. If that makes sense to you.
Right.
One thing they're concerned about, though, and he kind of leans back over to the eagle. The eagle kind of lowers its head and bobs it up and down a little bit. Okay. They're concerned for you.
He thinks that you still might be carrying on to something from your past. I don't know what that means.
Got, got therapy burns.
Fight this legit like, what did I get myself into becoming a cleric?
He kind of looks back at the bird. The bird kind of looks at you at this point. And kind of squawks.
Yeah, he says he's kind of more willing to kind of want to help you further than just watch you. But he says you gotta let go of some stuff that you're still carrying.
Does anyone know where Mahi went?
I was gonna say Mahi probably at this point is walking back and saying like,
I
Right,
don't
so-
know, man. This bird is pretty insightful, but if you go
turns.
any further, I'm gonna walk back. Oh, there's your dragon friend behind me there.
Thank you
Nice.
for the help, Radoth. And does the bird have a name?
Kind of looks back at the bird. And squawks. The bird squawks back at him. Or not. Sound doesn't want to work for some reason now. And like they don't really go by names, man. They said that's kind of a human thing to ask.
Oh.
They all
My
kind of answered
apologies
to the
then.
same.
Well, thank
Any-
you.
Kind of
Bird.
points up to the sky. Bird kind of nods. Rita
Mahi.
goes, "Thanks, bro."
And Bird kind of nods back at him. It kind of fluffs its wings out, hops, turns itself around, takes kind of one quick look, not quite owl like turning its head all the way around, but far enough where it kind of gives you the side eye, Python, and then flies out.
Mahi. I don't know what you said.
I just said it's like yes, like what you need, kind of.
Do you still have my amulet?
Indeed. Reaches over in his satchel, pulls it out,
Pyth holds her hand out for it.
put it in her hand.
I wanted to fix it. 'Cause the amulet is this. It's like a yellow-orange crystal. And it's smoothed out on one side to have the symbol of Talos carved into it, and she kind of looks at it. It was originally a necklace given to me by a woman named Mara, who I loved very dearly. She was a cleric as well, not a cleric of Talos, but I emblazoned the symbol when I returned to the faith. Because I was doing it in her name. After she died, I wanted to bring her back. But perhaps the past should stay in the past. And I'm gonna drop the amulet and then take my shield and like bring it down on top to shatter it.
Okay. As you do, you kind of hear the thunder outside kind of pick up a little bit. You hit it once. It doesn't fully break it though. Try it again. The lightning outside kind of tends to get a little bit more, I guess, closer to you as you kind of do it, and Mahi kind of watches. You see a single tear kind of drip down one of her cheeks as she kind of continually keeps hitting the amulet with a shield over and over and over again. At the last strike, the amulet shatters, and a lightning outside kind of hits really close. At this point, everybody kind of stops and starts looking around outside. Even Radoth is like, "Whoa, man, it's getting kind of nasty out there. I'm gonna back away from the window now." Guys, good luck to you. He kind of goes over to the table. At this point, the amulet lies in pieces against the dirt floor here.
Well, I seem to be exceedingly good at pissing off the gods.
Have to be pretty special if you can get their attention, so I take it as a
One
compliment.
anyways.
I suppose so. And I kind of like kick the crystal to like scatter it a little bit.
You just kind of pat your shoulder. The best way I can put it is like, good for you. Like, respect.
You kind of noticed, Mahi, as the final strike occurred, and there was kind of a spark inside the crystal, and now in its shattered status, it lays pretty dormant. There is no further light that was kind of coming off of it.
Okay.
I've been carrying that amulet for over 20 years.
I can only imagine how difficult it was for you.
You're old.
I am.
I'm 23.
I have been traveling on my own
Mhm.
for longer than you have been alive. If I suppose that gives you any perspective as to why I'm so damn terrible at talking to people.
Mm. Dang. You can tell this is like just starting to hit Mahi how old you are.
Well, Preston, are you back yet?
I'm here.
Okay.
Been bet.
Look, I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna look over to Angelo. Just kind of see what he's doing.
He is turned over, looking towards the wall.
Are you
Well,
alright?
he's not looking towards the wall. His eyes are closed.
Is he asleep?
Huh?
Is he asleep? Or is he just sitting?
He might be.
No.
That's what
he?
I'm asking.
Perception.
Perception.
14?
Am I rolling perception? Am I rolling insight? What am I doing?
I guess if he's trying to stealthily pretend like he's sleeping,
Yeah.
I'd say insight on, because I mean you can see him clearly. So insight him on whether you think he's faking it or not. And Angelo can cross it with deception
Alright.
if he wants to.
I think you guys can see my roll.
I saw.
24.
Oh,
Shoot a
19.
monkey. What'd you get, Angelo?
19.
Oh yeah, so yeah, Python, you can tell he's trying to pretend to be asleep. We can see that he's conscious and aware of his surroundings.
Angelo.
He's determined to be asleep. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he's deep. He's in stage 4 right now.
Well, you
Rim.
can ignore me if you like. But I would appreciate your help making sure this group gets where it needs to go. I don't know exactly what your motivations are, but I can see that you have a history here, and I'm sure it hurts. I don't mean to drive salt into old wounds. I just need people that I can trust, as I'm sure you would like to have on your team as well. So, ignore me if you like. But you once said you wanted to keep this group alive. And we need to work together to do that. So. I have an idea if we are, I suppose, prepared for it come morning, early morning.
Well, let's hear it.
I mentioned this already, but I would like to visit the hill again. See if I can't repair some of the damage done by the Talosans. I can't guarantee that it would get my powers back, but it might do me some good to be on Airdrie's good side. Perhaps we'd be more willing, more capable of going into a fight with anyone, really, if I could
Yeah.
support all of you.
Heal.
Yes. It's funny how, despite everything, I somehow became known for healing.
Well, given the fact that the only other person who can heal is Mahi, and it's like slapping a band-aid on an amputated arm time.
He has been
No offense, Mahi. No offense,
helpful.
Mahi. Again, we appreciate your points of healing, but like in comparison,
Oh, I
like,
find this
you-
amusing.
Okay.
In
I
fact,
can shock you awake, but that's about it.
I'd actually like to go tonight. I know Many of us are tired, and I'd rather not split the group, but. You know. Seems appropriate. She's the goddess of rains. But, perhaps not. And I'm gonna kind of look between Angelo, who is pretending to be asleep, and Tor, who has already settled down for the night. Early morning, then?
I prefer the morning.
Early morning it is, then.
Sounds delightful.
And I'm gonna head over to this corner and kind of just sit and settle down. I don't have like a bedroll or whatever.
Alrighty.
Since you don't need to sleep.
No, I don't.
Sleep is for the weak.
I'm gonna go ahead and get my meditation in while it's still daylight, and then when night actually rolls around, I'll take watch.
As everyone's resting, Mahi will just kind of take more of a alert rest. Like he's sitting down, but also he's keeping watch in a sense. He's not fully resting yet.
Okay.
I will roll out the bedroll though.
So we rest in.
Alright. Anyone else doing anything?
We're resting, I guess. Or pretending to rest in Angelo's case.
I imagine eventually he'd fall asleep, or maybe he's gonna sneak away in the middle of the night. Who knows?
Okay. So I'll kind of start to lay out and do your respective nightly rituals accordingly. At some point, as it gets kind of later in the evening and the rain has kind of somewhat died down, he kind of watches Radoth kind of goes to the window. Kind of looks back at the rest of y'all. Kind of noticing that y'all are trying to sleep, even though it's a little bit earlier than usual, but so kind of almost recovering from the exceptionally long day from the day prior to that. And he's like, "All right, guys. Well, I guess I'll see you guys in the morning. I'm gonna go ahead and head out." Kind of waves his hands a little bit. And he transforms into
Rat man.
his little squeakiness.
Not ready.
He kind of watches as he shrinks down to the squirrel size and darts out the window. Everyone else kind of just watch. And... Okay, that happened.
Yep.
Wednesday, he's a little nutty. Wait, I've already used that joke. Well, every session. Okay.
Can I make a request?
Yes. What would you like to do?
Nobody crucify me, please. It has been a very, very, very long week for me. Can we end here for the night?
That would be fair.
Indeed. Yeah, for
Crucify
sure.
her.
Especially with an emotionally draining session.
For sure.
Yeah, I will. I will murder you, Josh. I will
What?
murder you.
Oh my god.
You know I'm old.
Well, yeah, we're counting down to the days.
I know, and then I will try to be young again over the summer. But until then, I am an old woman.
Old woman who has to work.
Accepted.
Yep.
Alright.
All right.
Totally
So
fair.
we can't
Ending
do
the-
next Friday, but
Ending
it's
the
possible.
recording for now.